The sad truth is that every year marriages end because of sexual betrayal. But how does the person in the relationship who has been betrayed heal? Our guest today is a marriage and family therapist, a certified clinical partner specialist, and a certified sex addiction therapist, and says there can be healing from sexual betrayal. Welcome, Dr. Sheri Keffer.
It's great to be with you.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Explain what sexual betrayal means.
So sexual betrayal is something that you don't know about. That's where the craziness comes. It's deception. So when you're in a committed relationship and you're consenting to fidelity, right? You've both decided. When someone decides to step outside of that in a non-consenting way by using porn, having an affair, getting involved with cyber sex, whatever it is, it's a sexual betrayal because the person you're with did it without your knowledge, and it hurts.
Yeah, you know that's intimately because you went through that.
I do.
Tell us about your husband and what happened.
So Connor and I met, and we met long distance. We dated for a year and then got married. And during our courtship, after we got engaged, I discovered one thing. He actually told me that he had called a 900 line. Now, I didn't know what a 900 line was, but I found out when I asked him, and it was a sex line. So I did what I thought I was supposed to do, which was forgive him. I talked to his brother, and his brother said, guys do this, it's common, and if they tell you they haven't, they're probably lying. So minimized it, and I didn't ask another question, but I did forgive him and didn't ask the question again. But what I didn't know is that there was a long history of that. He had been involved with porn for years and had sexually acted out. And so 6 months into our marriage, the porn surfaced again, and it continued throughout the term of our marriage. So the things that happened were pornography, affairs, prostitutes, the whole gamut. So.
And he was working in ministry.
He was a pastor. Yeah. So you can imagine the disillusionment when not only was he my husband, but he was, practicing in the pulpit, practicing as a pastor. So very confusing to me. I mean, I went to Bible college and I thought, hey, life is good, and we were really set to serve the world, and then everything fell apart.
And eventually separated from your husband.
Yeah.
But you also start to find out that you had past trauma as well in your life.
I did. So I had a history of trauma in my family of origin. I grew up with some severe mental illness. And so because of that, I think I already had some shame beliefs. I thought I wasn't good enough, and I was actually surprised that this man who was just the cat's meow was interested in me, and that's why I married him. But really, because of the shame of my past, I don't think I saw clearly, and I actually had some fear of intimacy. I had fear of getting close to others. So I'd let them get so close to me, and then I thought if they got to know me well enough, they might reject me, pull away, leave. And so both of us came into the marriage with some intimacy issues and didn't really know each other well.
And that's a story for many people that go through that sexual betrayal, be it they don't really understand themselves. They've already gone through so much trauma in their own life that sometimes it becomes an internal battle of why me, or did I do something wrong?
Yeah. Well, and that's a product of shame. I did some research to try to figure out what that was, and what I found out with 100 women is that 80% of them did like me. I call myself a trauma squared, meaning I had trauma in family of origin and also betrayal trauma. But 20% of them had no early ACE scores. It's adult. I mean, it's looking at childhood trauma, and so 20% of them didn't. When we experienced betrayal, shame gets attached to us. It's the way our brains work. It wires in a negative belief about ourselves. So, and some emotions. So for me, the betrayal trauma wired in, I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. Something's wrong with me. I can't trust anyone. Those were beliefs that I had, but I also had some from my family of origin that I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy to ask for what I need. I can't really express what I want.
Well, we're going to take a short break, but when we get back, Dr. Sheri explains why sexual betrayal can cause PTSD, and is there hope after an indiscretion? We'll find out. Stay with us.